Well, hello there everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Try New Things. What a beautiful evening we got here. And behind me is year 2 of the TNT garden. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different than I did last year. Last year I grew just corn in here. And this year we've planted some potatoes, some squash, and some corn again. And I learned a lesson last year when pretty much my entire crop of corn was ravaged by a family of raccoons. Now I did set up an electric fence near the end, but too late to save the crop. Don't want to make that mistake again this year, so I'm going to put up electric fence again, but this time I'm going to try something different and use an electric mesh net. I think it's also called like a poultry net, but anyway, I'll give you a shot of the box I bought, show you the product I bought. We'll set it up and get it ready so that when the first green sprouts come through the ground here, we'll have protection. So stay tuned. So here's a quick look at what was inside the box. We've got our netting, our solar charger, some connectors, a tester. I didn't see the ground rod, so hopefully it's wrapped up inside of the fence material. I'm going to go ahead and get that unwound and spread out and check back in with you as I'm setting it up. This thing is definitely long. Thinking I should have got 2 shorter ones and connected them together. But anyway, got it almost all stretched out, and it'll be time to work its way around the garden. Have had enough time to find that I got gypped the ground rod, so there's no ground rod included. Thankfully I have one in the barn, and so we still be able to get this up and running tonight. But the next step is start standing this up. All right, I got the fence up the first time. Really didn't like how I had it configured. I didn't have any 90-degree corners at the ends, just because my measurements didn't line up. And then my fence, I do have extra, so I left it down here where I'm going to put the door. And we're going to put some potted veggies that we currently have up there in the greenhouse down here on this lawn piece to keep them protected from the animals as well. But to get the configuration I wanted, I had to cheat a bit and use a couple of these purple non-conductive plastic poles that I used with last year's electric fence. But if it works, it's not cheating. So next thing I gotta do is drive some T-stakes in each of the corners and try to draw this fence a little bit tighter. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Well, I'd be lying if I told you that I wasn't a little bit bummed out about being gypped out of the ground rod and the instructions. The corner of the box was damaged when I got it, so I'm going to assume it fell out in transit. Didn't set me way back. I have the stuff here at the farm to fix it. Do have a couple little gripes about the system, but otherwise, now that I've got those corner posts in, it has tightened up really nice, and I'm extremely impressed with how it lays out and how it goes up so easy. And it contours with the ground extremely well. So just about everywhere it is laying just on top of the ground level, which will shock any little critters that come along. But let me grab the camera real quick, give you a closer look at what's going on here. All right, the first thing I wanted to point out to you is the use of one of these non-conductive interim posts. You can see that black post right there is the post that comes with the fence. And then I stuck this purple one in the ground in the corner. If I can get out of the frame, just to change the direction of the fence where I want it to go. And that seems to work out extremely good. Used a rope to tie off the top back to the T-post. Same in all four corners. And you could see just how nice and straight and true and flush with the ground this fence works. Now down here at the business end, which is where I decided to put my gate because of the potatoes and the squash and where we're going to put the potted plants in here on the grass. Right there is the opening. You just untie it and open it up after you turn off the electricity. I can tell you the fence does work without using the tester. I've shocked myself twice already. So kudos to the machinery. It's working out just the way it's intended, and someday I will learn my lesson. But here is the solar box on the back. It's on, I gotta be careful. Is the hot and ground connection and the on and off button. The battery is not connected when you get it, so you'll have to take it out and connect it. And then that red alligator clip is the hot clip to the fence. And here's my biggest gripe. This black wire, not sure how good it's going to come in, but you can see it terminates at this green wire. So they give you about 24 inches of ground wire. And if you set it on the post, which it's designed for, it doesn't reach my ground bar. My ground bar, not the one not provided to me. So fortunately I have a ground bar in the barn. I drove that in, and I also had a piece of ground wire. So I've connected the lead to the end of the ground wire, and that's going the rest of the way to the ground bar. And it's a complete connection. Like I said, it is shocking when it's turned on. But yeah, here's my new electric fence around our garden. And long before the plants come up this year, I'm not going to wait until the raccoons come and decimate my crop before putting electric fence in. And so far, I'm quite pleased with this electric mesh setup. Last year I used a 2-wire system, one 6 inches off the ground, another one about a foot off the ground. And did get some good footage of some raccoons, cats, and other things getting shocked on it. So it worked as well. I just put it up way too late, but thought this may be a better solution. So there you have it. We're going to wrap it up. TNT Farms new electric fence. You can do it by yourself. I did it in under an hour, and that's with multiple trips back and forth to the barn. I would suggest, unless you really want it in one piece, don't get the 160-foot length. When you are dragging it across the ground to put it into position, it will snag on just about everything. So more than one person would be very helpful. If I were to do it again, I'd probably get 2 shorter lengths and connect them in series. That would make moving it around and setting it up, and I'm sure taking it down, a whole lot easier. But otherwise, quite content so far. Looking forward to a really great crop this year. But anyway, if you have any questions or comments about the electric fence or anything at all, leave them in the comments below. I always enjoy reading them, and I answer everyone that I can. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. And until the next video, bye-bye. Yeah. I'll be home in a couple hours.